I'm not a role model. You're supposed to annoy some people, otherwise what's the point of doing it? Do you know what I mean? I'm a good girl now, I don't do that anymore. Uh-oh. I don't know if you like me sometimes. I think you might hate me sometimes. I think I might hate you. This is from Girls So Confusing.
Yeah, I don't know if you like me. Sometimes I think you might hate me. Sometimes I think I might hate you.
From the beginning of the album, I knew I wanted to do this kind of remixed version of the album. And this was the first song I wrote for the album. I just remember the second I wrote it, I was like, I need Ella to be on a remix of this song. But I didn't know how to approach it because obviously it's a tricky situation. And when I finally did, she actually suggested maybe I should do a verse without me kind of saying that. So I think, you know, we were on the same page about it. And she actually did it in, I think it was literally like 24 or 48 hours. She like came back with this really incredible verse that made me like really, really emotional. And I think what she said was beautiful and really cool and honest. And I'm so happy that we have that song together. And as cheesy as this sounds, our relationship is in a really different place and it's really cool. Okay. In every city, I've got one with different ringtones, flying from LA all the way to Puerto Rico. Boys.
In every city, I got one with different ringtones, flying from LA all the way to Puerto Rico.
The Boys video, it was quite an elaborate casting process. We were basically reaching out to anyone I knew, had ever met, anyone that my friends knew. It was sort of a real kind of like scrambling to like get all these men together. I directed that one, so that was cool to be in charge of all the boys. I just want to go back, sing Hit Me Baby One More Time. This is from 1999, featuring Troye Sivan.
I just wanna go back, sing Hit Me Baby One More Time.
In 1999, I was 7. It would be nice to go back to 1999 and be 7 because I would have no worries. One cool thing actually about this particular line, I was working at MXM, Max Martin's studio, with Oscar Holter, who made this song. And Max popped his head in the door and actually gave us this line. He was like, you should say, I just want to go back, sing Hit Me Baby One More Time. Took no publishing because he's a legend like that. I always just thought that was a really cool story, how he's kind of so in on the joke and also just so cool with giving people advice and suggestions. The tour with Troye was amazing. I think like just our like cute off days actually are probably my most fun memory. You know, like we became actually quite a nice little family on that tour. I find touring actually really hard emotionally, and being with Troye just made that a lot easier and less of an emotional battle for me. I find at the stage actually these days to be like a very angry place for me. I've done a lot of like physical damage to my body from performing, and I'm often in a lot of pain when I perform. Genuinely, like physically, I have like nerve damage in my neck from things that I've done on the stage. For me to give a performance that I feel is good enough, I have to really physically throw myself around, and that makes me very like upset when I do it. So it's kind of this hellhole. But being with Troye, it just softens that quite a lot, and a lot of the other people on the tour just made me feel a lot lighter. I blame it on your love every time I fuck it up. This is from track 10. Or blame it on your love, depending on your preference.
I blame it on your love every time I fuck it up.
That's either the like peak of my enjoyment on stage or the peak of my anger on stage with that song. It unleashes something in me which I feel I have to get out. It's almost like an exorcism or something, I don't know. I kind of need to play that song, I think, to work things out in myself when I'm performing. I'm everywhere. I'm so Julia. This is from 360.
I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia.
There was a time where Julia was everywhere, you know. I don't just literally mean out everywhere. I kind of mean like she was sort of doing something different with like fashion. She had these like big, huge, like black winged eyeliner looks, and everybody was talking about Julia. I thought that was kind of like a fun play on saying someone's like the reference, you know. There were no musical references for the Brat album because I don't really listen to music that much. Probably the main reference would be Lou Reed, which obviously the record doesn't sound anything like a Lou Reed record. I'm very much aware of that. But I would say more his kind of lyrical style, the way that he would like describe people in his orbit, even if maybe necessarily you didn't know who they were. That's probably the musical, lyrical style reference that's most akin to Brat. Thank you. Trash the hotel. Let's get drunk on the minibar. Fancy.
Trash the hotel. Let's get drunk on the minibar.
There's definitely been a few sort of horrid hotel room scenes after a last minute party, kind of a vibe. But I'm a good girl now, I don't do that anymore. But I'm going skiing even when the slopes are closed, because I'm so hot with snow up my nose. Yes, that's from a song called Hot Girl, another character study of somebody who is not me.
I'm going skiing even when the slopes are closed, because I'm so hot with snow up my nose.
I'm not a role model. I didn't become a musician to become a role model. You're supposed to annoy some people, otherwise what's the point of doing it? Do you know what I mean? Bitches know they can't catch me. Vroom vroom.
Bitches know they can't catch me.
Your picture perfect blue, sunbathing on the moon, stars shining as your bones illuminate. Boom clap.
Your picture perfect blue, sunbathing on the moon.
I really like Boom Clap. It's sort of just like a classic pop song, you know? I think it's well written, if I don't say so myself. Thank you. I knew you were no angel, but God, what did I do? This is from my first official song, I suppose, called Stay Away, which is a song that I love so much.
I knew you were no angel, but God, what did I do?
If I could talk to the younger version of myself, I would probably say, chill out a bit. And I would also say that you should listen to yourself because you know best, even if you think right now that you don't.